Today, we're gonna be unboxing and reviewing the new Ellen Ripley from PRIME1 Studios. So if you're not familiar with the character, she's basically a badass that is played by an actress named Sigourney Weaver, and she travels space and different planets fighting off different alien infestations. This particular statue is based off the film from 1986. I think it's the second part to the franchise. So, great movie. As soon as I saw it go up for pre-order, I knew I had to have it. This statue has an edition size of 790. Mine just happens to be number 543. So, this is the bonus version. Let's go ahead and get it out of the box and find out if it's worthy for your shelves. Here's the art box. Nothing crazy. Just a standard art box. I know a lot of people, or some people, like to see the art box, so I just wanted to show it to you guys. But nothing too exciting. Let's go ahead and continue to get her on the turntable. Here she is, still in the foam. Now, I took all the plastic off, so that way, if you guys decide to get the statue and want to repack it, you could see how everything is laid out. Also, it is really nice to have the straps instead of the tape. PRIME1, for the most part, I think they were using tape for a long time. But now looks like they're using straps, which is a big plus. As a quick note, you do get an instruction manual. Here's the instructions. And let's see what this is. We'll open this up. Looks like it could be like a certificate of authenticity or something. I forgot to mention, this is a collaboration between PRIME1 Studios and Blitzway. But let's see what it's got in here. And this looks like, it's just like a little plaque or card that you can put right next to it. And here are all the creators that helped make it. So, no big deal. We'll put this off to the side and continue the review. Now, here is the base. Here's the bottom of the base if you want to take a look at it. It's got some really good weight to it. It feels very solid and very premium. And this is supposed to be based off of the atmosphere power plant that Ripley is basically, she's going through like this industrial maze looking for the alien queen as she also rescues Newt, the little girl in the movie, if you ever saw the movie. So the base is done really, really well, guys. I mean, you could see the alien creep going across it. You got the cables and the wires going on this side right there. You can see how they're all real. They feel like real wires and cables, just like she's in that industrial type factory. It gives it that type of feel. The paint looks really well done. The weathering looks on point. So they really did a good job there. This does have a light up. So the light up is located right here for the LED feature. It takes 3 AAA batteries. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna open this up. The way this comes off, you just slide it, the top part forward, and then the bottom will just slide right out. And just gotta be real careful. There is a lot of breakable pieces, as you can see on the side and around the base. Also, the pipes look really well done too, but they're very, very fragile. So be careful with that, guys. Next, we're gonna put in the yellow railing that goes around it. Now, this has to be metal. It feels just like metal. I don't see it being anything else. I'm pretty sure this is metal. And this has got a good amount of weight to it too. The weathering on the actual railing looks really, really well done as well. I love how it gives it more of, again, that industrial type look. So we're gonna go ahead and plug this in. You wanna be real careful with this. Make sure we don't chip anything. All right, let's plug in Ripley next. So she's got a peg in her left foot. We're gonna put that right there, sliding that in carefully. And then her right foot just rests on the other side. There's no peg. Guys, this statue is crazy. I mean, the mixed media, not a big fan of mixed media, But the fact that the zippers, these little tiny zippers open and they function, you know, am I gonna be sitting here opening and closing the zippers all the time? No, but it is really cool. It just shows the level of detail that PRIME1 Studios really shows for these things as they make these pieces of art. And then also her shotgun shells are in her vest, and everything is like functional. All these little accessories come out and it goes right into her vest. Or if you just want to put the shotgun shells on the base or something to make it look like she was using it, I think you could do that too. Her portrait, so the portrait looks really well done. I'll show you some close-ups here of the sweat. You can actually see sweat going down her face. Her hair looks done, looks like it's done very well. Like I said, not a big fan of mixed media, but I really don't care in this case because it's just done and executed so well. And then also her Reebok style shoes, the high tops, and it says Ripley on the side. I think that's really sick looking. I love that. I love the way that looks. And again, the portrait is just, you know, does it look exactly like Ripley? I wouldn't say it's exactly like Ripley. I would say it's fairly close. I would give it probably an 85% to look just like Ripley, maybe a younger Ripley, but you know, she was younger back in the day. It was 1986, so yeah. So not very far off with the portrait. Mixed media is done well. Sneakers the weathering is insane up close. When you see this up close, it's just nothing like the picture. So next, let's put in her left arm. It's not a normal peg. It feels like it's like a plastic peg with a magnet, which is not something that you see all the time with statues. This could be a little tricky trying to get this arm in, only because the fabric gets in the way. There's a nice little seam line right here, but the shirt's gonna cover that up anyway, so that's not a big deal. But yeah, definitely a little tricky to try to get this left arm in, so you wanna be careful putting that in. You got the ammo pouch right here. This is gonna go over her left arm that we just plugged in. The pulse rifle and the flamethrower, we're gonna put those on. Now I do wanna make one correction. I kept calling these shotgun shells. They're actually not shotgun shells. They seem like they go to the pulse rifle, so that's her pulse rifle ammunition. So from what I understand, I think the directions are saying you wanna wrap this around, because this is actually going to connect to her pulse rifle. So for now, you're just gonna wrap this around and rest it on her arm, it looks like. And the guns, and the flamethrower, they feel like they're a plastic, but a more maybe quality plastic. But we're just gonna let that sit there for a second. Okay, so we finally have the guns in place. We got the flamethrower and the pulse rifle on together. The good news is on the pulse rifle too, it's got the ammo count just like the movie. The details are, I mean, spot on. Like I mentioned before, these feel like a more, like, they feel light. It's got a plasticky feel, but it still looks really good. The final couple parts, we almost missed this small pipe on this side. So that actually goes by her left foot, so we'll peg that in now. You have the flares, the flare pouch. Again, just like in the movies, and this opens up. It's so cool, guys. I mean, look, you actually could take the little flares out and stuff like that. So another little functioning accessory. You could put this, I think, anywhere you want. You also have the bonus part. This is the bonus, the face hugger egg. And you could put that anywhere you like to. Now that she's put all together, let's take a look at her overall and give some pros and cons. So some of the pros. The base, love the industrial style type base like I mentioned in the beginning. They give it a really good feel of the scene that they're trying to portray from the movie, because she's in that atmosphere processing plant. and going through the maze of all this industrial type areas looking for the queen alien to try to kill her, and then also escape with Newt, the little girl from the movie. The yellow railing that's going around, it's real metal. I like that. I think that's a pro because it gives it a very good quality feel. And then you also have the LED feature. You know, some people like LEDs, some people don't. I don't mind it. I'm probably never going to turn it on, but the fact that the batteries are in a central location and you could put them all in one spot and then also turn it on from one spot because you got two different lights. You got lights located right here, and you have them on the top to give the illusion that she's descending down looking for the queen alien, just like in the movie, if you've seen the movie. I like that. I think the creativity really shines the way they did the lights with the mirror effect to make it seem like she's descending down in the processing plant. So that was definitely a home run there. All the little accessories and pouches and stuff like that, I think just add to it. I think that's a big plus as well. Also, her guns, the pulse rifle and the flamethrower, again, derived straight from the movie. I like the fact that the pulse rifle, you can actually, you know, cock the handle on the pulse rifle and it shows the ammo count just like in the Alien movies. It does have a plasticky feel if you touch it, you know, but you're not going to be touching this all the time. It's made to be displayed and not played with, so it does feel cheap when you touch it. It does feel a little bit cheaper, but when you look at it, it looks like it's quality. So I think that's all that really matters in my book, in my personal opinion. I'm not a big fan of mixed media, but in this case, I really like it. It's a little different in this piece because you got the fully functioning zippers that go across her legs and different parts of her outfit. The likeness for the portrait, not all the way there. It's probably about 80 to 85%. This is a young Sigourney Weaver, so, you know, she is gonna look a lot younger. I don't think it looks bad at all, guys. I think it looks really, really good. But does it look exactly like Sigourney Weaver? I guess that's all a matter of your perspective, really, and the angle that you look at it. I could tell it's Ripley because of everything put together. It's a scene straight out of the movie. Oh, also with her shirt, I like how it looks all sweaty and stained, like she's been running through that processing plant, trying to get through, and it just got dirty and sweaty. A really good thing with her portrait, going back to the portrait here for a second, you can actually see the sweat going down her face and on the back of her neck there. So PRIME1 Studios, you know, they do not disappoint when it comes to detail, and I think they did a really good job with this statue. I think I paid around $1,200 for this piece, all in from PRIME1 Studios. I did get the expedited shipping. It got here a little bit later, but it's really not PRIME1's fault. It was probably just a logistical problem. Do I feel like it's worth that price tag? You know, if you could get it anywhere from that $1,000 to $1,100 range all in, I say absolutely. This thing is a knockout of the park when you see it in person. It does no justice when you see it in pictures or, you know, online and stuff like that. If you need a Ellen Ripley in your collection because you have an Alien collection, this is perfect. I think she's a must, especially if you're an Alien collector. I think she just adds to the collection. Not sure if they're ever gonna make another Ripley ever again, so we'll see in the future. Maybe a 1/3 scale, who knows? But as of right now, this is the Ripley that's on the market. I don't know of any other Ripley that's out there besides maybe some 1/6 from back in the day from Hot Toys. So that's it for my video review on the Ellen Ripley from PRIME1 Studios and Blitzway. I hope that you guys liked the video that you saw today. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. I got a ton more content coming to the collector's table and a lot of stuff in the pipeline that I'll be reviewing. Also, join us on the Collector's Table Live every Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Really good show. We do a live show where we just interact with the chat and different people in the community and talk about the different statues that are coming out. Also, if you're looking for any statues like this or anything else that might not be a PRIME1 Studio statue, go ahead and hit our partner up from Collector Zone, Marcos. Really good guy. I'll leave a discount code in the description below. And guys, thank you for watching my video today here on the Collector's Table, where every collector has a seat.